Everyone, and welcome back. And we are going to welcome back Al Horford, re-signing with the Celtics. When I had spoke to you right after your press conference, you just said how excited you were to be back in this city. How has it been for you and your family just getting settled back in?
It's been great. It's been really nice just to be back up here, enjoying this fall weather, and got the kids in school, and everybody's feeling good. And we've been walking around and stuff. People have been showing us a lot of love, so we're excited to be back.
And we know you have such a strong connection to this city, but also your sister Anna has a strong connection as well in her love for Boston. What have your conversations been like with her since you've been back?
Just positive. I think we're just excited to be here. I'm excited to be back here with the team, and we have a lot of work to do. So I'm just glad that this day is finally here, and we can get to practice tomorrow.
You said too, with that work to do, when we had spoke set, you also said that you felt that there was maybe some unfinished business here in terms of Banner 18. What steps does the Celtics team need to make in order to get there?
Well, I think we started it already. I feel pretty good about the group that we have here, and the first step is have that good first practice tomorrow, and get us all together in the same building and just start working. That's the expectation here, and that's why I came here 5 years ago, and I'm just very grateful that I'm here now, and we're going to try to make this happen. So I'm very excited.
You talk about getting in the building for the first time with this group. You're back, but a lot of things have changed since you, in that short time that you were gone. I mean, the roster has turned over quite a bit. Brad is no longer the head coach. Like, what are you viewing this team as in terms of what Brad has put together as a roster as the president of basketball operations now?
Yeah, it's a lot of changes, but the roster looks great. Everything around here seems to be coming together, and my biggest thing is I just been wanting us to get together and get working. So tomorrow we'll be able to start it and build it. But I'm very, very excited to see already what we have. We've been playing pickup games and stuff in September and things like that, but we haven't had the whole team.
Right.
But what I've seen, I've liked, and that's why I'm even more excited.
We love to hear that. That's inside scoop from Al Horford. He loves what he's seeing behind closed doors. But one of the things Brad targeted this offseason, and you're a part of this, is bringing in veterans. Last year, this team relied heavily on a lot of youth on this roster. In your experience, and you've been in the league for a long time, had success throughout your entire career, why is veteran leadership and the presence of veterans being out there on the court so important to a team's success?
Yeah, I think it's important because, it's a long season. There's different things that we're going to see and going to have to face as a group, as a team. And having that mix, I think, helps. And we had that in the past when I was here a little bit, but now I think it's going to be beneficial. We have guys that understand what they need to do, and we also have a lot of younger guys that, they're looking to prove themselves. So it's going to be fun putting it all together and playing out there.
You've described yourself in the past. You can be a quiet leader at times when you need. How would you describe your overall leadership style, or does it kind of just change and vary based on the game?
I think it varies, and I think now, this time going around, I think I'll probably be a little more vocal. I'm obviously more comfortable with the guys. Yeah. Just being around them, watching, Jayson growing up and Jaylen going into his 6th year.
Yeah,
it's like I can't believe Jaylen's going into his 6th year. So that's like, it's a big deal. He's a vet. He's a real vet. So, I'm just here trying to help them, but I will also be probably more vocal than I've been before. Especially because they know what to expect, and we're in a position now that we're going after it. So we got to be ready. We got to be at our best.
Well, you mentioned the Jays. How have you seen them just elevate their play in really being the pillars on the Celtics offense?
Just impressive on the leap, and looking at Jaylen last year, that huge step that he took, and some of those crazy games that he had, scoring wise and all that. It was just very exciting. And then Jayson, just steady, continuing to get better, and his stint with Team USA this summer, and just from playing pickup with him, these last few weeks here, how he's looked and how he's working and how he's preparing, he's going to have a big year. So I'm excited that I'm going to be a part of it and helping him.
How big are we talking here? Are we talking those three letters that he might be in that conversation at the end of the year?
And we're gonna have him, focus on playing and showing us the way, and we're gonna get some wins, and you guys will do that for us. But I believe, that he's gonna be in that position.
Al, let's talk about you. And I know you don't like to do this. You'd rather talk about your teammates, but let's talk about you. Everyone that I've talked to around the league really thinks that you still have a lot left in the tank. And you kind of preserved it last year with what happened in Oklahoma City. You were able to rest up for a lot of the season. What do you feel you still have left in the tank, and how different are you now compared to a couple years ago when we last saw you in a Celtics uniform?
Yeah, so I'm grateful for the opportunity to be here, and I feel like I have a lot. I have a lot to prove. I have a lot left to give, and I'd rather be in no other place, than wearing green and showing people what I can do. So I'm looking forward to this season to help our team win.
What about the group of centers that you guys have? And I know you might play some power forward this year, which is great. I mean, your splits when you were here the first time around, you played at your best when you were splitting time between the 4 and the 5. But with you, Rob Williams, you've got Enes Kanter, there's a lot of talent and 3 guys who do a lot of different stuff in that group. Tell us what your thoughts are on that rotation of centers that you guys have available.
I think it's great. Rob obviously has taken a huge leap, and his presence and some of the things that he's going to be able to do is going to help us a lot. Enes is just a veteran. He knows how to play. He knows what to do. So we have depth at that position, and it's something that we haven't really had here in the past. And I'm excited, for all this coming together, and me, at times I'll play at 5, like you said, at times I'll play at 4. I mean, who knows? But at the end of the day, I'm just really happy with the front court that we have.
Amanda, do you mind if I ask one more here before we let him out here? I have to ask this question because you have some inside info at least. Ben Sullivan, talk to us about our new assistant coach because you guys spent time together down in Atlanta.
Yeah. So a great guy. He helped me with my shooting when I was in Atlanta, early on, and shooting the 3 for me at the time was something different. So, he's somebody that brings,
he's the shooting guru from what we're
kind of like
here,
a shooting guru, brings good energy, and I'm excited to have Ben on board with us.
Great.
I'll ask one more before we do wrap up. We're going to have Rob Williams next, so perfect timing with touching on him. But you had experience with working with Ime Udoka when you were in Philly. How would you describe his overall leadership style and what people can expect in his first year as head coach?
So I feel like he really communicates well with his players, explaining, talking to, us what we need to hear, how he sees things, and, just trying to, just making sure that he's holding people accountable and things like that. So, I feel like, he's going to be great for our group. And that's that.
Well, Al, thank you so much. It's great to see you again.